Hi, I'm Rachel with I am Raquel Life and Spiritual Coaching. Um, but right now, I just wanted to come to you as just Rachel. I want to do this vlog style thing. It's I think like 3 weeks. I think time's stupid right now. I think it's about 3 weeks into this stay-at-home thing, and to be honest, I was really enjoying it until now. I I'm having a lot of anxiety, like a lot of anxiety. I I've called my doctor. I take antidepressants. Most of you probably know that. I take antidepressants. And I called my psychiatrist, and I've called her twice already. I moved up my appointment to sooner than it was, and I had planned on asking her to increase my medicine right now because I've been having anxiety attacks like every single day and every night. And I get to the appointment and then I tell her, no, never mind, I don't want to do it. Because I'm not one that actually likes to be on medicine. I don't like to be on medicine, and I would wish that I would rather not, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that I wasn't. So, I changed my mind because I was having a good day that day. Then the next day, I call back to my doctor's office, and I'm like, wait, no, please, like, no, up my meds. Like, I don't know what I was thinking yesterday. I need it. She's on vacation. 2 weeks. So, no meds increased. So, here I am having to face, like, myself and all this anxiety. But, it's okay. I'm just going to do what I do best. I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to journal. I'm going to provide those things to you. I'm going to tell you what's working for me. I'm going to tell you what's not working for me. But yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. And it's like, I'll be okay during the days because I tend to like push it off to the side somewhere. I'm working from home right now. I'm stuck at the desk most of the day. And it's hard to stay focused on work that seems like unimportant at the time, right? So, I do have like a normal 9 to 5. And it's very hard to stay like engaged in that. And so I take the anxiety, I push it off to the side somewhere. And then at the end of the day, here it comes. So I don't know like if a lot of you are dealing with that too, but it's like a very physical anxiety, whereas like normally my anxiety is very mental and I can deal with it with my thoughts, with self-talk and with those tools, right? But now it's something that's happening at the end of the day, and it just takes over my body, and I don't like that type. That type is not cool because I feel really powerless over that type of anxiety. It just happens to me instead of it being something that like I can stop or make better, ease. I don't see it coming. It just kind of happens. So I've been having to bust out, a lot of coping skills and things like that I haven't had to use in a very long time. Just things like being very routine and very structured. And whereas like before, like I was at a really great point of wellness and I could just kind of go with the flow and be a little more spontaneous, and now I'm having to like be more strict and structured with my time. just to stay like motivated and just to keep things done the way that they need to be done. And I'm journaling again. No, I just do like I do the start today, like a dream journal, dream like dreams like goals, and this is Rachel Hollis's. I do that in the mornings, and that's like really good to keep you focused on your own personal goals. And then I do, like my own process, which was the How to Wear a Crown journal for self-love and self-talk. So I do that one too. And that really helps me to keep myself engaged with myself and check in with me about if I'm okay. But it's just crazy, like, everything going on. It's the narrative has kind of switched from we're going to be doing this for several weeks or whatever to this, we could be doing this for months. And that's kind of like unnerving to hear your governor speaking about months rather than weeks. Whereas, like, not like I didn't know, like that was my original feeling, was that this thing was gonna be going on for a long time, and they were, our leadership was easing us into this idea of having to be home for a really, really long time and making it an easy transition by telling us the best case scenario rather than, the worst case scenario, which is sweet and kind and whatever. But it makes it different for it to be like something that I think in my head or my own personal theory, rather than now your leadership on TV is saying it. Months, home, months. And personally, and that I follow a lot of like astrology and these spiritual leaders and all of those type of leaders that I like to watch and follow are speaking about that this is like the beginning of this age of Aquarius, and that we will never go back to the same society, that this is the beginning of something big, a big shift, a big change. And we just couldn't tell by the charts and the stars that it was going to look like this, but that it's right in alignment with this time frame of this. And these are good things, this shift and this change. These are good things. Awakening, mass awakenings, and expanding of consciousness, and the end of old ideas and belief systems that don't really serve our society, and all of those type of things. And that's great, and that's something that I'm all, yeah, let's go, mass awakening, everybody wake up, come on, like I'm for that. You guys know I'm for that. But this being like what it took to get there, I don't know, like people are dying, man. And see on the news, it's on the news, like in New York, rows of mobile morgues, they called it mobile morgues. Fuck, like that's insanity. Like rows of these huge refrigerated trucks lined up to be able to house like all of these casualties of this virus, and that is just sickening and gut-wrenching. And as, you know, an awakened person who's very in tune with their empathetic abilities, I'm quite connected to the collective consciousness and very connected to people's feelings during all of this, and it's hard. It's very hard to feel all of this pain and all of this anxiety and all of this depression. Very hard. So a huge focus for me right now, because I don't want to lose like this part of who I am, which is, you know, to be empathetic. And I've found myself like either having to cut off completely from that ability to feel others, or to feel it all, and that's not a good set of options for me, because I don't like to be disconnected like that from the collective. I don't like to be disconnected like that from my family and my friends, because, you know, when it's that black or white of a switch, on or off, I don't get to pick and choose who I'm connected to and who I'm not, and I don't get to pick and choose whose feelings I feel and whose feelings I don't. You know, of course, there's some people in my life that, you know, I'm very deeply connected to, and I will feel regardless. My son, my husband, my mother. There's people that I will feel regardless, but I want to be able to tune in. I want to be able to have this engaged experience with the collective and with the world through this, so that I can know kind of how to give back, or what my role is in it all. So I'm learning like this other level of my abilities where I can tune into, you know, these higher conscious aspects and receive guidance and receive messages, and be able to feel into the feelings just enough for me to know what to do and what to say, but then not so deeply that it's overwhelming. So that's been like kind of like a difficult thing to navigate as an empath. And I know that's something that, you know, not all of the audience will understand, but geez, if you are going through that, I just so feel for you. Like, it's hard. And so what you have to do there, you know, as an empath, like if you are dealing with that, is practice. Okay, so that it instead of it being a light switch, you now have a dimmer switch. Okay, so we've learned the on off, right? Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And most empaths like have that ability pretty naturally, on off, on off. So now we're having to learn the dimmer. It's on, but how bright do I want it? How bright do I want it? How much of this am I going to feel into? And then I'm going to back it off. And so that's good. And that's probably, you know, just part of this awakening process that's going on, is learning that more in-depth control over what we have going on. Additionally, it's a really good time to just heal. It's a really good time to just rest. And I know I've been doing a lot of resting that I didn't get to do before being at home. I've gained, a couple of hours in my days by taking my, commutes to work out of the equation. And I'm really just resting during those times. And that's been really nice. And Netflix has been really nice. And Tiger King has been really nice. And really funny. And, fuck Carol Baskins and all of that. And we've been doing a lot of writing. And I'm working on 2 more books. I'm working on 2 more books at the same time. I was kind of praying and calling into me what my next book needed to be. How to Wear a Crown has been so cool to write, so cool to promote, so cool to talk to readers about, so cool to hear feedback about, and I just absolutely am head over heels in love with that book. And but I was kind of getting to this wrapping up point where I felt like my focus and my energy needed to shift and change from, of course, it'll always be, promoting and working with How to Wear a Crown when it's needed, but I felt ready to write another book. And I didn't know that I would feel ready to write another book so soon. But I'm working on 2 more books. And one is a parenting book. And one is a book about, I guess it's kind of about addiction. But I guess it's more for loved ones of addiction. Loved ones of people who struggle with addiction. And how to navigate that experience of loving somebody who struggles with addiction. Because, you guys know, that's a huge part of my story. And so is loving people with addiction is a huge part of my story, too. So I'm working on those 2 books, and that's been really cool. Especially the parenting one, and being home with my child 24/7 again, because I was stay-at-home mommy for a little while right after I had him. And then I had to go back to work for a while, then I stayed home again, and then now I went back to work, and then now here I am again. And as I'm writing this book, it's kind of hanging out in my consciousness all day long. And in the moment, as I'm engaged in parenting and as I'm learning something myself, the flood of information will come about how I need to present that in the book. And so it's kind of been this really, this super engaged and entangled experience where, an interactive experience for me in my life to write this book. And I just kind of, when I get a piece of information, I put it down, and then I go back to life, and then I'll get another one in the moment. So it's been really cool and inspired and exciting to do. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, this has just been a big shift. It's been a big shift. And if you're having, so much of that anxiety right now, practice grounding in the earth, especially if you're having those empathic kind of issues. Booty in the camera. Say hi, YouTube. Hiya. Say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So yeah, especially if you're having like those empathic issues like we spoke about, then you can, if you're empath, like you probably already know about grounding, but take your shoes off, go put your feet in the grass and the dirt, connect with the earth right now. Connect with Mother Earth right now. Don't connect with the collective pain so much, but connect with the actual earth, because Mother Earth is intelligent and conscious, and she knows what's going on, you know, a level that we can't even explain as human beings. So when you connect, like, you get a piece of that intelligence. You release that anxiety to her. She'll give you some information back, and you'll be able to just ease some of that anxiety. And what it does is, like, pull your consciousness back into your body when it's been everywhere, like connecting with everybody and everything that's going on right now, and it'll pull that energy back into you, and you'll be able to just kind of like feel a little bit more present in your body, and we need that. We need to be present with our body, listening to our body, and just really taking care of us. So it's just like one of those times where and I use this advice with so many different types of people, but it's just like, get back to basics. Get back to basics. When it's so crazy and so chaotic, just focus on the basics. And what I mean by that is, like, drink water, rest, shower,
Mommy.
eat. Basics. The most basic things. And it'll make a world of difference. Also, you can do contrast showers, which are so good for the anxiety. Just kind of cleanse that aura of all these different kind of things that could be hanging on in your auric field. And so a contrast shower is when you switch the water in your shower, and you go as hot as you can, and then as cold as you can stand, and then as hot as you can stand, and then as cold as you can stand. And just do that as many times as you can. And it expands the work field and cleanses energies, and then it contrasts the work field and expands the work field, and then, releases energy. So it's kind of like pores in your skin, and it does the same thing with your work field. Oh no! So try those things, and I'm gonna keep taking care of me, and we're all gonna get through this, and it's like we have to find the positives. We have to find the positives in this situation, but we also have to allow ourselves to feel however we feel at the same time. So there's a balance that we have to find between caring for us and acknowledging and accepting our true feelings, and also focusing on gratitude and focusing on the positive and making the best out of the situation. So we need to try to do a little bit of both each day. Express, feel, accept, and then shift. Gratitude, goals, make the best. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. That's what I encourage you guys to do. Reach out if you need anything. I'll 100% give like free and reduced services right now if you want to do any coaching. you feel like you need some extra support, www.iamrockl.com, IAMROCKL.com. So just love yourself, love each other. See you tomorrow. Bye.